The feeling of abundance is the feeling of well-being. It's the feeling of good attracting. It's the feeling of good creation. It's the feeling of worthiness. It's the feeling of being in the right place. It's the feeling of being blessed. It's the feeling of being fortunate. It's the feeling of being in the right place at the right time. It's not just my point of attraction. We're speaking from you. My point of attraction isn't just about money flowing. It's about ideas flowing and people flowing. And when people and ideas and money flow together, it's so exhilarating to be able to merge all of those things together, of people and places and ideas and the means to accomplish it. It's ease, it's fun, it's full, it's who I am. I have the leverage of the universe supporting me. The energy that creates worlds is flowing to me and through me. I feel invincible and complete and sure and eager. I feel eager about, you see how it gets going? Before you know it, you're just on top of the world, and and the financial experience in this moment is irrelevant to this equation, because your point of attraction has been enhanced and you are rich with a vibrational offering that just brings this and this and this and this and this. And besides, the reason that you want any of that anyway is for the feeling of it. And once you accomplish the feeling of it, now you're there where the details have to fill in. It is law. It must happen. It has to happen. It can't not happen. Once you achieve that grid, everyone that you know, no matter how they got there, has that going on. If they're in, and do you know anyone who is finding financial balance but doesn't have the other balance? Of course you do. In other words, the more you work on these grids and the more they line up, then the more you'll feel good in all moments regarding all things. You have come forth from your non-physical perspective into what we see as the most dynamic and perfect of environments anywhere. You have come forth into the leading edge of thought, and you did not choose it lightly. You chose it deliberately and powerfully, with all of the defining power that you as a source energy being have. And you said, I will go forth into this magnificent physical time-space reality of great variety and diversity, for I know within it I will find so much that I can turn my undivided, meaning my source energy, attention to. You said, I know the beauty of this place, and in this place of diversity, the beauty that I'm speaking of is not only the stuff that I think I want, that I would like my nest to be feathered with, but it is the stuff that I don't want that helps me to more explicitly define what I do want. I know that I'm a creator and that I need an environment, a palette of paint, if you will, from which to paint. I know that I need an environment that helps me to focus my mind and choose. And I've chosen in this time, in this body, under these circumstances, this time-space reality, because I knew then and I know now that it will evoke within me clear desire, and that the larger part of me has now, even now, there it is again, become it. I understand here in my physical body, you say, that my work, my only work, is to come into alignment with that expanded being that I am. And when I do, the look of this place is almost beyond verbal description. As I walk amongst the people, I see the variety of who they are, and I see the power and cleverness of who they are, and I see even more that which they are becoming. And so in the war and in the confusion and in the argument, I see not just improvement, I see a new world erupting, because I see the expanded version of life as a result of mass consciousness's individual focusing in its individual perspective. I stand in my physical body, you say, and I'm living my life as broadly as I can. And I'm squabbling about salt, and I'm worried about this, and I'm worried about that. But I am defining who I am by reaching for source energy's perspective relative to each thing that I live. And as I allow myself to come into concert with that which is source, as I live the details of my day-to-day life experience, I let myself in on the benefit of all of those generations that have gone before. And most important, I let myself in on the benefit of that which I've created right here, right now, in this body, in this physical time-space reality. As we watch you from our non-physical vantage point, the appreciation we feel for that which you are cannot be accurately spoken in words. But we want you to know, as clearly as Esther can find the words for us to express to you, we want you to know that everything that you are living is causing an expansion of that which you are, and therefore an expansion of that which we are. And we revel in that expansion. We never for a moment mourn you're not coming along with us. We never for a moment, frankly, even notice that you haven't come along. We do not look back and wonder if you're there. We only look in our undivided fashion at that which you have carved out, because we know that as we look at that which you have become and hold a steady gaze upon it and offer a vibration only about that, that if you're listening carefully enough, you will catch the call of source and you will begin moving in the direction of it. And maybe some of you will move closer in the direction of it today, and maybe some of you will not move there until you croak and come all along, but every single one of you without exception will come along with that which we have created. And in all of that is joyful expansion. You did not come into these bodies to have growth. You came into these bodies because growth was inevitable and you wanted to enjoy that growth. The basis of your life is freedom. You did not come to make something happen. You came forth because you knew the happening would be inevitable and you knew you would enjoy the leading edge perspective of it. Nothing is broken in your world. Nothing needs to be changed. Nothing needs to be different. And yet everything is constantly changing because it is the inevitable nature of that which is eternal. So as you decide to go with the flow of your eternal nature, and as you stop nitpicking about the way in which you go, and you just understand that you cannot help but go, and you stop comparing yourself to the way others are going, and you stop criticizing them because they're not doing it right, or criticizing you because you're not doing it right, and instead you see yourselves all as adding to the contrast that is adding to the expansion, in time you will find yourselves, as we find ourselves, in love with each and every one of you. And when you love others as we love you, you're going to remember what source is, because you will be it. I love being in physical experience. I love knowing the laws of the universe. I love going with the flow. I love knowing how this all works. I love knowing that we are independently responsible for our own alignment. I love interacting with so many other fellow humans, like my own daughter and like so many others who are adding to the evolution of this planet. I like being out of the vortex because I like the desire that is born from it. I like knowing that we are all evolving, ever evolving beings. And I like knowing that there is no end to that which we've become. I love knowing that I have a source energy within me who is looking at all of this and feeling good while they look on. I love knowing that the Abraham within me is aware of everything that I'm doing. I love knowing that well-being abounds. I love knowing that the well-being is the strongest vibration in the universe. And I love knowing that even though sometimes that we get out of whack, that the strong vibration of well-being is the dominant vibration. And no matter how it looks to anyone at any time, well-being is the order of the day. I love knowing that life on this planet is getting better and better and better. And I love that I found a way that I can feel the harmony of my being most of the time. I want everyone to be joyful. I want everyone to be prosperous. And I love knowing that we live in a time-space reality where that is possible. I love knowing that it is not my responsibility for what they're doing, that it's only my responsibility for tending to my own vibration. But I love tending to my own vibration and being an inspiration to others to help them feel better too. I love knowing about the laws of the universe. I love having ridden in on this wings of well-being into this time-space reality. I love my human physical part in all of this. I love my non-physical part in all of this. I love the well-being of my time-space reality. I love knowing that all is well. I want more of this. I want to wake up every day feeling good. I want to wake up every day feeling good and getting in the vortex as quickly as possible. I want to know that when I'm not in the vortex, that it doesn't even matter that I'm not in the vortex, because I know the vortex exists and I know how to get in the vortex. So not being in the vortex is no big deal. I can get in the vortex anytime I want. There's some subjects it's really easy to get in the vortex, and some subjects it's harder to get in the vortex. And my work is to figure out the subjects that are harder to get in the vortex and either avoid them or make them easy to get in the vortex. This is really going to be fun. This is the creative work that I've come here to do. This is what I am. I'm a master of molding the energy, and I do it with the power of my mind, and I'm getting better at it every day. And I love the fact that there is so much resource. The energy that creates worlds will flow through me. I love the idea of being in the vortex, all tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and focusing upon anything and everything and watching the improvement that I am showering through my attention to it happening right before my eyes. I love my creative power. I love being the creator of my own experience.